Long ago, in a village of Umoji, it was believed that giving birth to twins was a curse. If a woman had twins, the babies were taken away and thrown into the evil forest or killed. It was a terrible law, and everyone in the village followed it out of fear. One day, a woman named Norma gave birth to not just twins, but conjoined twins, two children who were joined together by their bodies. Norma and her husband Chima were terrified. They knew if anyone found out, their precious children would be taken away and killed. They couldn't bear the thought of losing their babies, so they decided to hide them. Chima and Norma built a small hut on the ground, deep in the forest where no one could find it. They moved there with their conjoined twins and lived in hiding for years. The twins never left the underground hut because they knew the village's cruel law. Every day, their parents brought them food, and they lived quietly in the darkness of their secret home. But one tragic day, as Norma and Chima were on their way to the farm to gather food for their children, disaster struck. They fell into a deep hole hidden in the tall grass and could not get out. Days passed and the couple never returned home. They died in the hole, never able to see their children again. Back in the underground hut, the conjoined twins waited for their parents to return. Days passed and still Norma and Chima did not come back. The twins grew hungry and fear began to creep in. They didn't know what had happened to their parents, and they were too afraid to leave the safety of the underground hut. But as the days went on, their hunger became unbearable. With no other choice, the twins made the decision. They would sneak out at the night when everyone in the village was asleep to find food. One midnight, the twins stepped out of their hidden home for the first time. The world outside was dark and quiet, but they were filled with joy and amazement. The fresh air felt good, and the stars above twinkled like nothing they had ever seen. They carefully gathered fruits and nuts from the forest and returned to their underground hut before the village awoke. This became their routine. Every midnight, they would sleep out, gather food, and return before anyone could see them. They were careful, always staying in the shadows, never making a sound. For a while, everything went smoothly. But one night, as they were foraging for food, they were spotted by a hunter. He couldn't believe his eyes when he saw them. He rushed back to the village and told the elders about the strange sight he had seen. Two children joined together, roaming the forest at night. By morning, the villagers found the twins, captured them, and tied them to a tree in the center of the village. The sun was high in the sky, and the twins were about to be killed. But just as the executioner raised his hand, something mysterious happened. The bright afternoon turned dark, as if night had fallen in an instant. The wind howled, and the ground shook. The villagers screamed and ran in fear. Out of the darkness, a powerful voice echoed across the village. It was the voice of the gods. The twins are not a curse, but a blessing, the voice boomed. On one of their midnight journeys, they saved the sacred tree to your land. The twins are not a curse, but a blessing, the voice boomed. The tree was dying, and with it, the hope of your village. But the twins gave it water, and the rains returned. They have brought blessings to your land. The villagers fell to their knees in shock and awe. The darkness lifted, and the gods revealed themselves, their presence glowing with divine power. From this day forward, the gods declared, twins shall no longer be seen as a curse. They are a sign of our favor. Let these children live in peace, for they have saved this village. The villagers untied the conjoined twins, their hearts filled with regret for what they had almost done. The twins were welcomed into the village as heroes. They were given a new home, and the law against twins was abolished forever.